Alright, in this video, it's lesson 16 integers. We're going to be learning what integers are and how to compare them and how to do some simple operations with them. So first, let's define an integer. An integer is whole numbers and their opposites. To show you this, I'm going to look with you at a number line. We're going to start by placing our 0 on the number line. 0 it's a point of reference for us. All positive numbers go to the right of 0, and negative numbers go to the left of 0, because negative numbers are less than 0. Okay, so we're going to count just normal 1. So here I'm going to actually change the color of 0. There we go. And then we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then it just keeps going. And then to the left are our negative numbers. They are the opposites. So instead of 1 right here, it's going to be -1, -2, -3, -4, -5. These numbers are opposites of each other. Okay, the opposite of +4 is -4. Opposite of +3 is -3. Okay, so these are integers, and they can go infinitely on in both directions. You can have +243 and -243. They keep going, but our number line is a little limited, so I just wanted to show you that as an example. All right, for your worksheet, numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, you are actually placing the given integers in the correct place on the number line. Okay, so just like we did here, in fact, I answered some of them for you here on our number line. There is one of them that I did not do because I did not have space for it on here. So just make sure that you count. We're counting by ones. We're not going to count by twos yet. We'll get there eventually. Okay, but you're going to start with counting at 1. So the first tally mark to the right is 1, then 2, and so on. So you can go ahead and do that. All right, so that's just a simple explanation of what integers are. They are whole numbers and their opposites. Okay, so positive and negative numbers. Now, this right here is not an integer. Neither is this. This is not an integer. Okay, they are whole numbers. They do not have parts of anything. Okay, all right, let's go ahead and look at the next section here where it says to compare the following numbers by creating a greater than or less than sign in the box between the two numbers. Okay, to do this, I'm going to keep our number line up top just as a point of reference for us to kind of help you understand. All right, so here's our number line. We'll place our 0 again. Remember, positive are to the right, negative are to the left. So 0 is greater than all the numbers to the left. 0 is greater than -1. 0 is greater than -2. And that may be kind of confusing, but think about it. You can think of negative numbers kind of like a debt that you owe to someone. If you owe someone $2, that's less than having 0. If you had 0, wouldn't owe anybody any money. If you don't have any money, it's all good. But if you owe someone the $2, that means the next time you get $2, you have to give it away. So you're losing those $2. So negatives are less than 0. All right, so let's look at number 6. Number 6 says -9 and +9. Okay, a positive sign is understood, but we can just write it in there. Now remember, when you're doing greater than or less than, the mouth wants to eat the bigger number. Okay, so we have -9 and +9. +9 would be on the right side. We can just put it here just for a point of reference. I know it's not really going to go there, okay, because that's only until 5. But then -9 would go to the left over here. The farther right a number is, the farther right it goes, the bigger the number. The farther left, the smaller the number. Okay. So -9 is farther left than +9. So -9 is less than +9. Okay, what about number 7, which says -10 and -9? All right, you can see here, I went ahead and put 0 all the way to the right over here, and all the numbers to the left are negative. Okay, so I counted -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, -6, -7, -8, -9, and -10. Remember, the farther left, the smaller the number. -10 is farther left than -9. So that means -9 is greater. So -10 is less than -9. All right. So go ahead and use a number line if you need to. You can create your own on a paper and just count and do numbers 8, 9, and 10. Remember, the farther left a number is, the smaller it is. The farther right, the greater it is. All right, let's go ahead and look at adding and subtracting integers. We're going to go onto the back of your worksheet now, starting with number 11. All right, number 11 is fill in the blank words to help us with our rules for adding integers. Okay, so these are adding positive and negative numbers. So you are going to keep the sign and add as normal. Okay, and this is when integers have the same sign. Okay, this is when they are the same. And this is, again, this is addition. So same sign addition. Okay, so if you look at number 12, it says -3 plus a -4. Most of the time I will put these in parentheses. I did not this time. Okay, so you're going to keep the sign, which is negative, and then add 3 plus 4 is 7. So that is your answer, -7. Okay, do that for numbers 13 and 14. Just keep the sign. So if they're both negative, keep the negative sign, and then just add the numbers. Okay, and then we're going to look at adding integers with different signs. This means one is positive, one is negative. All right, so here we're looking at number 15, adding with different signs. So when the one is negative, one is positive, okay, at least to start with. Later on, we'll get to doing more numbers. You are going to subtract the numbers and keep the sign of the numerically larger number. I will explain to you what that means with our first example. Let's go ahead and write those answers in on your worksheet. Okay, now let's look at number 16. Number 16 says -15 plus 6. So they have different signs. This is a +6, +6, -15. So you're going to subtract. 15 minus 6 is 9. And keep the sign of the numerically larger number. Okay? 15 is bigger than 6 when you just look at the numbers. We're ignoring the signs for the moment. 15 is bigger than 6. Now look at the sign of the number. 15 is negative in this problem, so your answer will be negative. Okay, let me show you that on the number line to see if that helps you understand it just a little bit better. All right, so here we have -15 all the way to the left. Okay, and then we are adding 6, which means we're getting bigger. Whenever you add a positive number, you're getting bigger. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You added 6, we landed at -9. We did not add enough to get positive, but -9 is bigger than -15. Okay, let's look at number 17 together. I can't do number line for this one because it's so big, but let's see if we can just do one more example. It says +453 plus a -304. They have different signs. This is positive, even though the numbers, it's not written in front of it. If you don't see a negative sign, it's positive. So +453 plus a -304. This is a different sign than this one, so we're going to subtract. Okay, so you're going to subtract 304 from 453, put the bigger number on top. Okay. And then keep the sign of the bigger number. Okay. 453 is bigger than 304, so this is a positive answer. Your answer is 149. All right, and we'll do one more together. Let's look at number 18. Number 18 says negative 35 plus 43. Again, these are different signs, and so we're going to subtract. Now I want to show you something. Most of the time you cannot move the numbers in a subtraction problem. You have to keep them in the same order. For this purpose, you actually can, because we'll look at the signs of the numbers to tell us whether it's positive or negative. So you can take 35 away from 43. Okay, that's going to be 8. And then look at the numbers. 43 is bigger than 35. 43 is positive. Your answer is positive 8. All right, well, I hope this video helps you with understanding what integers are, how to identify them on a number line, and how to add them when they have the same sign and add them when they have a different sign. You do have homework assigned for tonight if you look at your lesson plans. You are doing the following ones on IXL. You have grade 6, M.2, which is identifying integers on a number line, so putting them in the correct place. Grade 6, M.6, which is comparing them like we did the negative 9 and the positive 9, the negative 9, the negative 10, comparing those numbers. And then grade 6, M.7 is another form of comparing them. You're going to be putting them in the correct order. Okay, so either greatest to least or least to greatest, showing that you understand that negative numbers are smaller than positive, and the farther left a number is on the number line, the smaller it is. So negative 243 is going to be smaller than negative 10 because it's farther left on the number line. Okay, so I hope you are able to complete those. If you have any questions, please let me know. Have a great day.